Hi my dear friends, this is Pomani. I welcome you to my YouTube channel Motivational Messages English. Today I'm going to share some interesting facts about the person who just changed this world in music. Who is that? Michael Jackson. Yes, let me tell you some interesting facts. You might have heard about that he wanted to live 150 years. That is nothing. And he was sleeping in the oxygen bed, and he was having the organ donors wherever he went, and his food would be tested in the laboratory, then would be he was served, and his hair to nail would be tested every time. That was all myth. That was not at all even a 1% truth. That is. And next rumor is he never wanted to be the black person. He wanted to change the skin. That is not so truth. He had some skin problem that is called vitiligo. Vitiligo means a skin disorder. So which change the skin, sometimes white, sometimes here black. So to cure that, he had been injected. That's why he had some plastic surgery. He changed his skin color. That's the first and the foremost reason. Next thing is, and he had been using the gloves, and he has been using the tight shirts, which means that he was not able to go out. He cannot stand the sunlight for a long time because his skin was very light. That is the reason he was not able to go out for a long time. Next thing is, the people would say that he was killed by his own physician. That is right, he was given the overdose. But next thing is, before his death, for past 60 days, he was sleeping only for 2 hours. And he was not taking the food, he was taking only the pills. And he was taking the sleeping pills, he was taking the drugs. And the pills would satisfy his hunger, and he was practicing. He would be sleeping 2 hours and he'd be practicing 10 hours. Sometimes his waist would be reduced, sometimes 2 inches or 1 inches. That is, these are some interesting facts behind his success and even failures too. When he was 5 years, just let me tell you something about him. When he was 5 years old, he was on the stage. Stage means, he was not performing. He was performing in the group J5. Jackson's families, 5 people in that group. That is what J5. At the beginning, they were dancing and singing in the night clubhouses. In the clubhouses, the women, they will be just undressing themselves to seduce the people. In that kind of clubs only, they were just singing and doing their concerts. So with that money, they were living. And his father would be very strict in his principles. If the children didn't do or didn't perform well, he would be taking the belt and beat him. That is right. Because his sons wanted to be the great musicians. At the age of 14, he did the solo performance. It would be a tremendous success in this world. The success journey starts. At the age of 25, he did all kinds of activities. All activities means musical activities, and he got the fans all over the world, all over the community world, including the whites. That is. But whatever he did, he get the name as well as he had earned some enemies and traitors too. Since he was not at all happy in his childhood days, he wanted to get it back once again. That's why he bought a land, 2,700 acres. And he made us a museum, amusement park. So he was very fond of children. That is the biggest problem in his life he started. He was very fond of children, and he was playing with them, and he was splashing some water, and he was sleeping with the children. That is right. But the people who were around him, they twisted that Michael Jackson had some illicit relationship with the children, and he was fond of only the children. He was not fond of the other opposite gender. So even one of his friends' sons accused him that he was molested by Michael Jackson. So the court and the case, the problems made him to take drugs. It happened in 1993. That is, this is the first failure in his life. And most of the times, I'm telling you that he would be spending money lavishly. What is lavishly? Every year he would spend nearly 3 crores dollars in his life for the lifestyle. Nobody could spend like that. And he would be spending a lot of money for the charities. In this way only he lost his money. And next thing is, even though he was getting name and fame, and he never bothered about the people who were around him, and they were very eager, they were planning to extract money from him. And whoever sent the children to the Neverland, they knew that so they can file the case against Michael Jackson, they would get money from him. In that way only he lost everything. And 1992 he just married a lady, and even the marriage life was not long lasting. Within 19 months he got divorced. And in Australia, he married a nurse who just treated him, and he was father of 2 children, and even that life also, within 3 years he got divorced. That was the sad ending part of his life. And most probably he wanted to live alone, and because he had no friends, he had no good relatives, he had no well-wishers. That is the biggest problem. Even though he was a king of pop music, he was utter failure in gaining friends, in gaining well-wishers. Even his own family people, his sister, accused him that he was very fond of children, not fond of women. That is. And most probably he lost everything. When he died, he was in the rented mansion in Los Angeles. How? Once he had $500 million. When he died, he was in the rented mansion. So what do we learn from his life? Yes, we can learn a lot of lessons. I can tell you a few. If you are living this life, you must live your life happily and very precautiously. Next thing is, even though you are talented, even though you have a high performance quality, and you must look at the people who are around you, whether they are appreciating you or they are trying to extract you from your money. Next thing is, when you go to some top of the level, you must have some good friends and well-wishers. But Michael Jackson didn't have both. Next, even if you have too much money in your hands, don't spend lavishly.